All right, so let's take a look at the midfielders and forwards selected to represent the Super Eagles in their AFCON qualifier against Sierra Leone. The match is set for this Sunday, the 18th of June, 5 p.m. Nigerian time to start, and it will be hosted in Liberia. Now, starting off with the midfield, we got Joe Aribo of Southampton FC. Of course, Southampton was one of the sides that got relegated this past season, and Joe Aribo played in a whole bunch of positions for him. He played as a central forward, attacking midfielder, left midfielder, central midfielder, and a right winger. He made 21 appearances for Southampton in the EPL. 13 of those were starts. He scored 2 goals in the EPL. Now, the truth about the Joe Aribo situation, they had a coaching change. You got a new coach coming in, new terminology, new players that he probably likes instead of you, and that's what happened. Then when that coach came in, it didn't work out for that guy. He got sacked. Somebody else came in. So you see how the thing keeps on going like that. With the Super Eagles, he's been getting a little bit better luck. He was part of the last squad that Jose Pizarro called up. Actually played in the second match against Guinea-Bissau. Came off the bench, almost got the ball in the back of the net, but the goalkeeper made a good save in that situation. Next up, we got Alex Iwobi of Everton in the English top flight. Now, Everton just survived relegation by whiskers. Hair on their chinny chin chin, real close. Made it on the last day, winning their last match of the competition. But for me, Alex Iwobi was top class from the start to the finish of the competition. 38 appearances in the EPL, all 38 of those were starts. 2 goals scored with 8 assists created. I mean, even though the season ended how it ended for Everton, or went down how it went down for Everton, I feel like this is one of Alex Iwobi's best seasons as a professional. Really good performances he put up for his team, playing as a midfielder and also playing on the wings. He did whatever the team needed to win, and I feel like what he went through this season is definitely going to help him going forward. Y'all need to watch out for Alex Iwobi. Next, we got Devon Wanchuku of Bendel Insurance in the NPFL. The 4th player from the NPFL selected to this team, a midfielder for his team, attacking midfielder for his team, a player who actually was part of the Golden Eaglets in 2019, played at the AFCON and also at the World Cup in 2019, and he will be the 2nd player from that team to get a call up to the Super Eagles. That's after Kike Amu got his in the Ghana clashes. Now, I'm not too sure of how much playing time he will get in this match, but I honestly feel this is one of the most important call-ups for the NPFL. You're talking about a youth player who decided to play in the local leagues. A lot of them want to go do tryouts overseas, and they just burn themselves out not finding a club after a year or 2. But in this case, the young man decides to join a club in the local league, and look what happens. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to turn into the man, the myth, the legend that is Rabiu Ali and stay in the league forever, but at least this gives a better blueprint to players coming from those youth teams. Now, as far as the player himself, Jose Pizarro watched him through the tournament, scored some nice goals for his team, some timely goals for his team, and I feel like he's a quality player. He's one to look out for. He got nice confidence when he's on the ball. He got an eye for goal, looking for the assist and things like that. Can strike the ball really well. Does well with heading the ball. Also, 2 goals from headers in the competition that I saw. So definitely a quality player. Next, we got Wilfred Ndidi of Leicester City, now in the English Championship. Of course, they got relegated at the end of this season right here. Wilf had 30 appearances in all competitions for Leicester. 27 of those were in the EPL. 19 of those were starts. 2 of those were as a central defender, and the rest, of course, as a defensive midfielder. Now, Wilf definitely struggled with his team this season, but he has also been struggling with the Super Eagles lately. His last performances were definitely not the best, but I also felt like he was kind of rushed back into his team at Leicester City. That might have had a big impact on him because he tried to get back into the team. You have to remember that the young man actually missed the World Cup qualifiers, trying to rush back for the start of the season, and it just didn't work out. Had a couple of injuries, knickknacks during the season, and I felt like this is one season to forget for Wilfred Ndidi, but at the same time, I definitely feel he'll be back at the top. I don't think this is the end of the road for Wilf. He's going to be back. He's going to be putting up big performances. But hopefully he gets out of Leicester City, finds a club somewhere, even not the EPL, another top league, one of the top 5 European leagues, hopefully, and let's see how it goes. Last but not least, among the midfielders, we got Frank Onyeka of Brentford FC. Frank plays all over the midfield for Brentford, and he had actually struggled with injury this season, 2 months out with injury, but at the end of the day, he made 23 appearances in all competitions, 21 in the EPL, and he also added in 2 assists right there. With the Super Eagles, I feel like Coach Pesero has been coming around to the idea of Frank Onyeka lately. I mean, you look at the last few matches, 85 minutes against Algeria in the friendly. You got 45 minutes coming off the bench against Portugal. Then you got 22 minutes coming off the bench against Guinea-Bissau. Then in the final match against Guinea-Bissau, 90 minutes straight. So that's definitely showing that the coach is seeing something and feeling like Frank Onyeka is a player that he can be using on the team. I feel his performances have been good for the team, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him playing more and more for the Super Eagles. Now with his club side, I feel like it's a pecking order type of situation. I don't think it's a thing of quality why he doesn't start all the matches. I feel they have a pecking order in the team. They have somebody that's ahead of him in the pecking order. I feel probably this transfer market, we're hoping 1 or 2 midfielders get sold from Brentford, or he gets sold to another nice club, and we can see more of Frank Onyeka playing 90 minutes. But right now, I think his pecking order is none to do with quality. He has the quality to play in the EPL, just needs the opportunity. Now moving on, and last but not least, we got the forward selected on the team. Moses Simon, first forward on the list. He plays for Nantes in the French top flight. Nantes is a team that won the French Cup a couple seasons ago. They qualified for the Europa League last season. They made it out the group stage. They did pretty well for a modest side, but I felt like that kind of took a toll out of their league performance this season. They had to be playing in 2 big competitions, the top flight and also the Europa League. And a lot of teams dream of playing in the continent, but the truth of the matter is it's not for everybody. You look at West Ham in the EPL, just a little bit more, and they get relegated with the Conference League title in hand. So it's definitely a case of be careful what you wish for, because it definitely could work against you like it almost did for Nantes. But at the end of the day, Moses Simon, not the worst season ever. 34 league appearances, 5 goals and 4 assists in the competition. Then he had 8 appearances in the Europa League. So it's a good season altogether for Moses Simon. Not the most eye-catching season, but it definitely was a quality season. You're talking about a winger. He's not a striker. 5 goals, 4 assists. That's good enough for a winger. And we move. Next up, we got Samuel Chukwueze, another winger on the team, Villarreal in the Spanish top flight. Now, Samuel Chukwueze had kind of a change of event at Villarreal. He had his former coach move on to Aston Villa. That's Unai Emery. And the coach really wasn't playing him like a regular. He would start him one match. Next match, he comes off the bench for 10 minutes. Just back and forth like that. Not looking good. But then the man moves on to Aston Villa. He gets a new coach, a former Barcelona coach. The coach loves him. The coach believes in him. And you can see it even when they talk to each other. You can see that there's love there. The man actually believes in him. Feels like he could be a top player. And one more thing. Samuel Chukwueze is now fluent in Spanish, and that really is going to help you with your teammates communicating and stuff like that. So I feel like that's what really has been giving the man a boost this season. And he ended the season with 50 appearances in all competitions, 13 goals and 11 assists. And in the La Liga, he had 37 appearances. That's all but 1 match. 21 of those were starts, 6 goals and 5 assists. So he's definitely looking good, and we hope that he keeps on building on those performances. Now with the Super Eagles, of course, the end product is something that we're looking for. We want them to have more end product, but I still feel like this is a special player, and he's gonna come through one day. It's gonna come through, and not like he's playing like trash right now, but he's gonna come through and we're gonna see that, whoa, this is really a really special player, and I really believe in that. Samuel Chukwueze, we're gonna see the best from him. It's yet to come. He has not shown his best yet. It's yet to come, and let's see how it goes. Next up, we got Ademola Lookman. Speaking of a special player, plays for Atalanta in the Italian top flight. Started this season like a house on fire, scoring, assisting, doing his thing. Then he made those comments about beating Victor Osimhen to the Golden Boot. But from that point, it really didn't add to his tally that much. He has had 31 appearances in the league this season, scoring 13 goals and creating 7 assists. That's still pretty good. 20 goals combined right there. Then you got 33 appearances in all competition, 15 goals and 7 assists in them. So he's definitely been good. Not as good as we expected or as he expected, but he has definitely been good this season. Take none away from Ademola Lookman. And we move to the star forward of the team, of course, Victor Osimhen of Napoli in the Italian top flight. League winner in the Italian top flight, top scorer in the Italian top flight, best striker in the Italian top flight, and he should be the best player in the Italian top flight. I don't know what crack they smoking in Italy. That's ridiculous that this man didn't win the top player. It's like giving Scottie Pippen, if you watch basketball, it's like giving Scottie Pippen the MVP over Michael Jordan. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I was disgusted, and you know, like back in the days, I was always told, if you don't have something good to say, don't say none. And at that moment, I just wasn't going to try to rain on anybody's parade, especially when they gave it to his teammate. And you see how funny they try to be. They gave it to his teammate, so if he says, whoa, why you do this? Why am I not the MVP? They're going to be like, yo, you're not a good team player. And that's the setup right there. They were never going to give it to somebody outside Napoli, because they know if they did, it would be like a big outcry. But now that you got it to his teammate, he can't really say much. He can't come out and say, hey, I deserve this award over my teammate. And that's exactly what they did. It was real wrong. They know they're wrong, but let them have it. The whole world knows Victor Osimhen was the best player on that team. The whole world knows he was the main man on that team. And it's just a shame that we got to go like this. When you look at the record book, Serie A, they've never had an African MVP. I'm going to leave it at that. And I'm going to go into his stats. Really not his stats. Let's talk about his season. Got injured twice. First, earlier in the season, they did good when he was injured. Maybe they could try to say that's the reason why. He came back, and we all saw Victor Osimhen doing his thing, scoring, assisting, winning penalties, running like a madman, fighting for the cause. We all saw all of that. Then he got injured in his last game with the Super Eagles, which I didn't know. And I'm not blaming the coach, but I got to blame him, because if you look at Napoli, when Victor Osimhen is playing for Napoli and they've won the game and they're sure they've won the game, they're going to take him out. He's going to come out pouting. He's going to come out angry. But, hey, calm down, go drink some water, you'll be okay. And that's what I felt like Jose Peseiro should have did. Just put him on the bench, at least for the last 10 minutes. But he let him play all the way, because we all saw Victor Osimhen wanted to score more goals. And he was trying to help out his main man like that. But at the end of the day, that kind of cost Napoli a Champions League. I'm not saying we blame Jose Peseiro per se, but that kind of cost them a Champions League, to be honest, because if he didn't get injured and he plays against AC Milan first leg, second leg, they're not beating him. He plays against Inter Milan first leg, second leg, they're not beating him. Then you watch the final. You watch that final. Man City could not handle Lukaku. And you just imagine Man City facing Victor Osimhen for 90 minutes. I'm not saying they would have won, but I'm saying it would have been a doozy. It would have been a real serious situation right there. But either way it goes, let's look at the numbers. 32 league appearances for Victor Osimhen, 26 goals scored, 5 assists. That's 31 in all for the whole league, whatever. And you see 32 out of 38, and they're trying to say he's not the MVP. And you got 6 appearances in the Champions League, scoring 5 goals. Then 39 appearances in all competitions, 31 goals and 5 assists in all competitions. Beautiful numbers by Victor Osimhen. Next up, we got Taiwo Awoniyi, Nottingham Forest in the EPL. another solid striker on the team. Was a big part of Nottingham Forest staying in the EPL this season. Did a real good job for them. Made 27 appearances in the EPL. 10 big goals scored with 1 assist, and that was 30 appearances in all competitions, 11 goals and 1 assist. Real quality player, showed his quality in the EPL this season. The way things were looking, it kind of seemed like the coach was putting him out of his plans, but he forced his way in with his performances this season. He played against some big teams and put up some good performances. He even played as a winger a couple times, and he didn't let his team down, put up some nice performances, so definitely a quality player. I mean, I can't say if he's going to start in the match against Sierra Leone, but I can say that the coach has used 2 strikers in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him and Victor Osimhen on the pitch at the same time. Moving on, we got Kelechi Iheanacho of Leicester City, and Kelechi Iheanacho and his club recently got relegated. Definitely can't blame Kelechi for anything this season. I blame the coach. People don't want to speak the truth. People are trying to hide the truth. You blame Brendan Rodgers for that situation. Kelechi Iheanacho has proven himself time and time again that he should be the man to take over the striker job. But Brendan Rodgers was trying to just worship Jamie Vardy. Keep on playing Jamie Vardy, and that's what he gets you. Relegated back to the championship. Jamie Vardy is a great legend of the game, but the man ages. He's a human being. Kelechi Iheanacho was the better option, and the coach refused to play Kelechi Iheanacho. He just refused, and that's why they got relegated. If they had sacked that man Brendan Rodgers early, I guarantee you Leicester City will be in the EPL this season coming up. But they wanted to just, I hate to say this, but the owner right now of Leicester City, if his dad was still alive, Leicester City will still be in the EPL, because that man, he knows what he wants, and he does it quickly. When he sees something that's wrong, he's going to fix it. He's not going to waste time. You got his son waiting till basically the end of the season. By the time he sacks Brendan Rodgers, he might as well should have let him just go on to the end. And you're acting like this man won the league for you. All he did was win the FA Cup and finish 5th when he should have finished 4th. So I don't understand that situation. And you even look at Kelechi Iheanacho, he got hurt at the end of the season, and I felt like that was also a part of why they got relegated. You even look at the match he got hurt against Leeds. He gets injured, and on one foot makes the assist, makes the pass leading to the pre-assist. If he doesn't do that, they lose that match. And you look at the next match they play against Everton. If he was healthy for that match that ended in a draw, Leicester would have won that match, and Leicester probably would still be in the EPL. But God don't like ugly. When you do ugly, you get ugly. So Kelechi Iheanacho just had to be injured for that part, because you were wrong. You were wrong. Those Leicester fans acting like they didn't see it. Come on now. This man takes you to a FA Cup. Brendan Rodgers, you have no other trophy that matters. Nobody cares about your Scottish trophies. The only trophy in your cabinet that really matters is the FA Cup, and you refuse to play the person who won it for you. And you deserve what you get. I don't even think they should name the other coach when they talk about who got relegated. Brendan Rodgers got relegated. He messed up this team like he messed up Liverpool, and they sacked him, rightly so. And I really don't like Brendan Rodgers, because he was always trying to bring down Kelechi's confidence. There's a match that Kelechi scored a hat-trick, and this clown is like, yeah, he missed a couple of chances. Man, shut up. I'm even getting heated now just thinking about that clown called Brendan Rodgers. But either way, Kelechi Iheanacho, 35 appearances in all competitions this season. 5 goals, 5 assists in the EPL, 5 goals, 5 assists, 21 appearances in the EPL. He was real good when he was given a chance. You look at these numbers, and you also hear that the man was nominated for Player of the Month, and you wonder what was really going on. That's just a ridiculous. If he was English, this would never happen. I'm going to throw that out there too. If it was English, it would never happen. He would be playing till today. They will play him every day at that club. That's why he needs to leave England and find somewhere, maybe Spain. Spain treat people like human beings. They don't just look at, he's an English player. Let's just try to bump him up. He's old and he should be retired, but let's try to make him seem like the greatest ever. Let's keep on giving him playing time. Hi, as a reporter, let me not ask a question of the African guy that should be getting playing time. Let me just keep on talking about Jamie Vardy. Honestly, England just really ticks me off. It's all about propaganda over there and whatever, man. I'm sorry about getting so angry, but last but not least, Ahmed Musa of Sivasspor, and this one right here, I know a lot of people are not happy with it. You know what I mean? He's not been doing well at Sivasspor. No goals, no assists this season. 24 appearances in all competitions, 20 appearances in the league, only 4 of those starts, and like I said, no goals, no assists. Probably the worst season ever for Ahmed Musa in his professional career. Don't know what's going on over there because I don't watch the Turkish league. I stopped watching when Obinan Wobodo moved to America. But either way it goes, he's on the team. The coach feels he should be there. The federation feels he should be there. I mean, I don't think this is going to be the difference between us winning or losing the match, Ahmed Musa being invited. But I understand if anybody feels like, hey, there should be younger players invited in that spot. Of course, Gif Orban not on the team. You got Victor Boniface, another forward who did real well in Europe last season. But at the end, if they do get invited and they don't get playing time, people still gonna complain. So we just gotta rock out like this. Ahmed Musa, a legend on the team, and the boys look up to him. The boys are happy with him there, and we just gotta be happy with that. So yeah, those are the midfielders and forwards invited for the Super Eagles AFCON Qualifier against Sierra Leone. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.